What is up, guys? JaretCampisi. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another beautiful day in Santa Barbara, California. You join me on my brand new 2020 S1000RR as I'm putting some break-in miles on this beast so that we can get the first service done and then start installing some of the best parts in the industry for this bad boy from my good friend Manny at Moto Million. And then we will actually be giving this bike away. If you're interested in helping to support this project and being entered to win this motorcycle when we're done, check out the Patreon page. It's always the first link in the description below. Let's get this video started. Woo! Boys! This bike is ridiculous. It's so easy to ride. It's just shouldn't be allowed for the street because I can just literally get my knee down like anywhere I want. It's absurd. So what I wanted to do is talk to you guys a little bit about the break-in process of a motorcycle, and about this one in particular, because with the BMW, I think this is the only motorcycle out there that will actually not allow you to go above 8,000 RPMs during the break-in period. So I was reading through the manual, and they basically said for the first, I think it's 600 miles, they want you to do 600 miles, and then you can do the first service on this bike, which will unlock the rest of the RPM range. And yeah, I think they're the last ones left that actually do something like that. Look at those beautiful views. Santa Barbara, California, 65 degrees in the middle of December. Doesn't suck out here. Riding year round. Oh God, I love it. But yeah, so you basically can't go above 8,000 RPMs until after you get the first service performed and unlocked. So I'm kind of stuck driving around at 600 right now, which is fine because it still has plenty of power. But basically one of the reasons why BMW does that is because for the first 600 or so miles, and actually all the way up until 1,000 miles on a motorcycle, it's something called the break-in period. And what does that mean? Well, the tires are scrubbing in, right? So when they first come, the tires are very slippery. Carlin, actually my good buddy that used to work at Ducati of Santa Barbara, who passed away racing up Pikes Peak, he was telling me stories how people would buy motorcycles and literally ride them off the lot and high side because of how slippery the tires are. And so, you know, tires are scrubbing in, the motor is breaking in. So what does that mean? Well, I don't know exactly details, but basically there's some rings in there that sit in the pistons of the motor. This is an inline 4, which means there's 4 different pistons. All those pistons have seals and rings and stuff that seat in there. And so during the break-in period, everything's breaking in, right? The motor never had oil in it, didn't have fluids, liquids, all that kind of stuff. So you want to get good seals in the pistons. You want to get, you know, obviously the clutch is getting lubricated and all that kind of stuff. So you just don't want to ride it super hard for that break-in period. When I read through the manual on this bike in particular, they said things like going all the way up through the gearbox, shifting through the gears, not staying at 1 RPM range for any extended period of time. So they don't want you doing highway miles with cruise control on, stuff like that. So basically just varying your RPMs, letting the engine brake slow you down, going around turns to scrubbing the tires, and just in general riding it. You know, I think that riding it like, not like a maniac, obviously. Even if there wasn't a rev limiter on here, I still wouldn't take it to redline or anywhere near redline. But low fuel, I get it. Leave me alone, please go away. Holy shit, I gotta ride around with that on my screen. Okay, there we go. Oh, actually, that brings me to one of my points. One of the only things that I don't like about this motorcycle is the lack of fuel economy. I know, well, here's the thing. It says that I'm getting like 30 miles per gallon, 30 to 40, 30 to 50 miles per gallon, depending on how you're riding. But I don't know if the tank is just not that big. I thought it was 4.2 gallons, but like literally a tank, it tells me I have 36 miles left. When I fill this thing up completely full, it's like 130 miles to the tank. To me, that seems a little bit low. I know this is a sport bike. It's made for the track. It's not made for fuel economy, but the old S1000, I could have sworn you got more than that. I don't know. Maybe someone can comment what your leader bikes are, how many miles you guys get to a tank on your leader bikes, but that just seems a little bit low to me. But man, I'll tell you, this thing is so easy to ride. It's crazy. I do have my heated grips on too. Yeah, if you didn't see my first ride and review on this bike, I did basically conclude that this is one of the best leader bikes I've ever ridden, one of the best bikes. That's even with the retardation of the throttle right now because of the first service needing to be performed. But it's just so capable and so easy to ride. I'm going through Hope Ranch right now in Southern California. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. I hope one day to have a house in here if Christina can make enough money for us. But yeah, so basically just trying to put the first break-in miles on this. I actually did talk to BMW today. They said I could perform the first service before 600 miles, because honestly I try to keep these bikes as low mileage as possible since they are giveaway bikes. I want someone to get as brand new of a bike as they possibly can, and that's why I don't beat on them, and people laugh at my chicken strips and all that stuff. But I'm not riding these bikes super hard, because even though it's mine right now, it's going to be somebody else's, and I actually take pride in that. And the whole point of my series and my giveaways is to give people an opportunity to win their dream bikes. You know, I want them to win brand new motorcycles that are in perfect condition, and that's the whole reason why I do the build series and the giveaways. So I treat these bikes like they're not mine, you know, so I try to take as good a care of them as I can. But yeah, look at where we are, guys. Southern California, Santa Barbara. It's just absolutely stunning out here. I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh, but anyway, so I was talking to BMW. They said I can actually have the first service done anywhere between 400 and 600 miles. So I think I'm at like 300 miles right now. I think once I hit like the 400 mile mark, I'm just going to take it down to BMW Thousand Oaks so they can do the first service. We can't do that at Ducati because they don't have the electronic equipment to unlock the ECU and all that. And he said there was a couple recalls for my model. I gave him my VIN number, so they're going to perform those as well once I take it down there. So yeah, this basically had to put another 100 miles on this bad boy. I wanted to give you guys some riding footage, let you know how things are going with the bike. It's phenomenal. It's so easy to ride. My only complaint, like I said, right now is the gas mileage and basically the lack of power because of the ECU being neutered. But I think once we put an exhaust on this thing and flash the ECU with the Bren tuning flash from Manny at Moto Million, holy God, guys, this is going to be, it might honestly be my favorite everyday sports bike, you know. I think the Panigale still has a little bit more character, but for everyday riding, it's so good. It's just so compliant. It's crazy. But yeah, that's a little bit about what's going on with S1000. The series is going to officially begin once we get the first service done. Manny's already got tons of parts on the way. I think we're probably going to start off with a tail tighty because this tail tighty is ridiculous, or this fender is ridiculous. And then we'll go straight to the internals. We'll do the exhaust system, we'll do the sprint filter, we'll do the ECU flash, and then I think I'm going to have a lot more fun with this bike. And we've got some of the first carbon parts available from Full Six coming. Literally, they're building them as they roll off the assembly line. They're handing us the first carbon tank, the first carbon subframe, and a bunch of carbon fairings and all the other carbon pieces. This bike is going to be a freaking monster, guys, and I cannot wait to share the build series with you. I actually have some really big news coming too from Ducati, so we might be doing some stuff together, and I'm just so freaking excited, man. This is what I've been waiting for so long, and we're gonna have some really good stuff coming to the channel, guys. Lots of new bikes, lots of awesome content. Christina's gonna be riding dual vlogs, so there's never been a better time to subscribe to this channel right here and turn that bell notification on so you never miss a video. And make sure you guys are signed up on that Patreon page if you want behind the scenes access to all of our build series, get input into what we do to our bikes, which bikes we're going to customize next, and of course being entered to win a beautiful dream motorcycle when we're done. So I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. That helps me out. Subscribe so you never miss a video. And ooh, the pops are already coming out. I will see you guys in the next one.